Happy Memorial Day, everybody, and thank you for joining us. This is our weekly thing we do, Be My Own Boss, newjobsamerica.com. You guys can see it right down there at the bottom. And in all of the notes of these, you can find Mike on Twitter. You can find the New Jobs America link. And anytime we feel like we need to put links in that relate to that week's episode, we will. Or things that we think you guys should read up on if you feel like it. Always check. I guess I'm saying always check the description on these, even if you're not used to it, because maybe in some weeks we'll have some things we think you guys should check out. I want to show some appreciation here and say thank you to anyone who is currently serving or who has served at any point in time. And I mean, like Mike and I have been talking this weekend a little bit about his dad served in World War II. My grandfather served in World War II. And it was interesting because I sent Mike some pictures of my grandfather's plane. And if you guys are familiar with the World War II planes, they had the artwork on the noses, and they all had these different names, but it was like the B-52, like bomber girls. Like it was like, without making them naked, was as close to it as you could come. And actually, I feel like after that, they stepped back from that a little bit and got back to, hey, cover it up a little bit more. But those flyboys got a lot of really cool art out of that, I think. And so I do want to, it's not just to those serving now, and I'm not just saying to those who served then, but I really do want to give a shout out to anybody who has served, because you've protected our freedoms, and that's kind of what we're here for today. And I was, before we jumped on here, I said to Mike, I don't think of like Labor Day really as, even though it is for all people who work, I don't think of it as for the independent contractor as much as I do today, because today is about freedom and those who have fought for our freedoms. And as you can see by the title, did we fight World War II to lose our freedoms? And with that, I want to bring Mike in, Mike Karubi, and say, welcome, Mike. Happy Memorial Day. And
thank you, Steve. Hello, everybody. I'm wearing a genuine World War II Navy cap worn by my father on what I thought was a big ship when I was 7, but it's actually a very small ship. It was a destroyer minesweeper. It's 317 feet long, and he went all over the Atlantic and the Pacific in it. And he was fighting for his country and fighting for all of our freedoms. He was 24, 25, and even older than many of the guys he served with. But they did it for us. And it may be time now to think about, do we have a different way to defend our country and the freedoms that we all have and all the people around us have? Mm-hmm. So a lot of good thoughts we can think today as and I want to join Steve. I want to join you in honoring those who are serving and have served.
100%.
Very thought-provoking day.
Yeah. And, why exactly that title? Because when you sent it, I almost didn't even blink. I was like, that's it. We're using it. Like, I was just like, and again, guys, it's not clickbait. It wasn't to get you to click into this to see, wait a minute, I want to see why WW2 lost our freedoms. It's more of a question. It is a question.
No, I think the meaning is, did we fight it with the intention of keeping it, only to have our descendants, if we were the soldiers or the sailors, only to have our descendants fritter it away and lose it 50, 80 years later? I'm sure they'd never had that. Not even a minute would they have tolerated that. And if they came back here today, they'd go, what are you guys doing sitting still? Do you know what guys died for these freedoms? And they'd name them.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say, now I am gonna say that Mike and I backstage before we started, I was telling Mike how, I actually got to know my grandfather very well. I was lucky enough to get to know him for like many years, like he lived till I was like 20. He had MS for like 25 years after the war. He was a bombardier. He worked in the car plants in Detroit, and then they summered in upstate or Michigan. And he lived in a town my grandmother and him started or built a house in a town called Caliva, Michigan. And if you guys look up the history of Caliva, Michigan, you will find out that the Finnish people built it 100%. And so if you're wondering, yes, that's where my descent comes from. I'm Finnish. And I don't know, I was saying to Mike that, it's a weird term to say because I almost feel like it gives people no hope to be that kind of way, but I feel like it's partially technology's fault. But my grandfather, his generation, I got to know other people like him. They really were the greatest generation. I don't really know how else to say. I'm not trying to diss on all of us, including myself or Mike or anybody else, but they really were the greatest generation. I mean, their moral compass, their standards, everything.
They were amazing individuals.
So I don't know what's happened to us. I don't know. I mean, now things would be way different. Even then, things were way different than World War I and what was going on and all this. But now we have drone technology. They didn't have a clue what a drone was. I've opened up my grandfather's fly bag because I have it, and it has compasses that turn 3 different dials because he was a bombardier, and on the top it says computer. And yet it's just it's a very strong cardboard piece with 3 different dials.
That wasn't the Norden bomb site. It was just
it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was super top secret. That was right up there with nuclear energy.
Right. I mean, I have his stuff right here, right, in my house. Yeah.
Right. The bombardiers used to guess that they put all that in the nose so that in case of an accident, it would go first. There'd be nothing left.
Yeah.
Just a joke.
Well, I mean, in all reality, the bombardiers are in the nose to face down.
Yeah, I was looking at that picture. I mean, yeah, the view is good, but oh my.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary, guys. I mean, if you've never seen one of these, go check it out. You can just look up World War II bombardier and you'll see the opening of one. And basically it's, you got glass and glass, and then you have an opening and they're just laying over the opening. Like on a doctor's bed or something. It just looks like a flat pad.
Gutsy guys.
So, but I mean, this is what they fought for, was our independence. And now, I know everybody keeps mentioning and stuff that I haven't checked today, and I really hope some new videos came in, because it's only been the last couple days, but I've been saying I did 2 13 minutes yesterday to make up for not doing one the week before, out of a joke that somebody made, because I used the California Proposition 22 in the court right now, and then I did another one on all the different states that are trying to take away our freedoms. So I find today really important, because I think that look, guys, we need 5 to 10 new videos this week, or I'm coming to your town and I'll make it with you. Right. I'll duct tape your hands, and after we make the video against your will, then I will unduct tape you.
What an offer, Steve. That's so nice for a podcaster to say.
Right, I'll bring him lunch.
Well-known podcaster threatens duct tape on uncooperative audience, but it's true.
Steve, we need it, though. We need him. We need him.
We can stand to be able to win what looks like an impossible battle, and we have the most responsible part of the workforce, our independent contractors, whatever the name you call yourself. We have numbers, we have responsibility, we have the clout of being 100%. It's for everyone, only me included, and you're not going to put it in your pocket. It's spread around benefit. It's not narrow. Freelancers are helping so many people with healthcare that it's almost an issue that you can't separate out. And those are the people you have to speak up. That's all you have to do is speak up, and they will hear us. So we're here to encourage you to take the power that you have at the moment that you have it. And Memorial Day is as good a day to record this as any, and then upload it to us, and we will take it from there. So,
Yeah.
encouragement at the moment, the crucial moment.
And that's what I was saying over the last couple videos that I dropped yesterday. Was I said, listen, I said, you can write your congressman. All of this stuff helps. Everything helps. You can think of ways that we haven't even said. If you think it helps, make it happen. But we've made it a real easy way. Make this short video or audio. The video is preferred, obviously. Hello, hey, my name is Steve. I live in the Denver or Colorado market, whichever one if you guys don't want to say the exact city, at least the state, but just first name. I live in the blank market, whatever you're comfortable with. And I prefer to be an independent contractor because, and I think that I keep saying that word prefer because I think that will help keep it positive, because I know it can go negative real quick.
Yep.
But it's very important that these videos are not only coming in, but that they're positive too. They need to be a positive message on why you want to be one.
We have been accused of all wanting secretly to be W-2 employees, and that is a falsehood. And the best way to say, to refute it, is with a positive. Here's what I prefer to do. So I'm telling the public that your, Mr. Opponents, your statements are false, and I'm doing it in a positive way. Here's why I prefer it. And I encourage everybody who records these, don't just focus on your decision. Focus on why it's better for you, because the story behind that then becomes the story for everyone. And that's what's really nice. Like, I prefer it because the self-employment has allowed me to go where the action is most intense and the potential value for my time and effort is at its greatest. Now that's one guy, but that's why I did it. And then you think, oh, you get your, your economic mates excited by saying, hey, that's me too. Here's what mine is. So we're all talking about why we do this in positive terms. So that helps everybody and raises the tone of this crazy debate that we shouldn't be independent.
Yeah. And yeah, I'll add to that too. And I'll say that, listen, guys, like, again, Mike already said it. Today's a perfect day to make it. If you've been saying, I'm going to do this, I am going to do this, I'm going to do it today. I mean, 30 seconds. I just showed you guys, and say, like for me, I can say, look, I know that I don't want to put the words into your mouth, but if you're looking for ideas, flexibility, watch, again, I'll mention this in 1 second, but watch some of the other videos and see what other people said, taking care of parents or loved ones, or getting them needing to be able to tend to something on at a moment's notice. This is what makes these apps amazing. This is what makes being an independent contractor amazing. For me, I can go back to the traditional world too. And like Mike, I'm optimizing my time the best I can to make the most money, because I have a skill set that expands beyond the gig apps. So therefore, I can work those jobs too, and whatever pays the best and works best with my schedule. So it's not just pay. Somebody might say, hey, do you want to go on a 6-month tour? I can't yet. I mean, my son's out of high school now, but I still need to be around. And so, I can do certain things, but I can't there's still some limitations. But I run all this. I run my life, and I'm happy with it. And I don't need the government telling me to get a W-2. In fact, that would collapse everything I do.
And that's true. It
just would.
So many of us, 80% plus.
Yeah. I mean, especially those of us who have been through the W-2 years, salary years, tried all these, and have just determined, look, it's not a hatred. It's just, this isn't for me. This doesn't work for me. Because I have a skill set I can use, and I've now learned how to do that. I have a skill set I can use. I don't need to work for somebody else. I mean, at that point, your value goes up too. So if you think you have that skill set, do it. These gig apps are just a stepping stone to what you could be doing, but yet they are somewhat in that realm. So the only other thing I wanted to mention was Mike has got all of the videos together. So one by one in this video description, I'm going to post everybody's link to their video. So if you've made a video, it's going to be posted in this. Give me a couple hours, obviously. It's going to take me a little bit. But find yours or find somebody else's, watch them. Hopefully that'll be some ideas for you guys too. If you're just kind of like, well, wait, just watch one or two. You'll get all the ideas you need to make yours. So let me say hi to who's here, because guys, we run 25 minutes on these, and that's about it. So hi Traveler, hi Ellen, hi Kevin Hawthorne, hey Bubba Sue, Luke, how are you? Ivanaska, how are you doing? And Rick, how you doing? I saw that Traveler said don't threaten me with a good time, so that was about coming to me duct taping him if he doesn't make a video or audio. So if you're joining us late, it wasn't a threat, it was a promise.
So, guys, this is for those of you who think Steve might not be serious. He is serious, you know. I mean, he's used to traveling, so he'll find you. But this is a very positive thing with you're going to make a tool. You're going to make a tool with your face and your voice and your body English. Remember Grace? If you saw Grace's, she had great body English. She puts her shoulders into it at just the right time. It's like watching a dancer. And you're going to combine the sound, the sight, and the body language, and you're going to make a little memorial day, a little memorial to your wishes. And you can then send that, instead of trying to figure out, I got to figure out something intelligent to say to my congressman. No, just say, dear Barb or Bob or whatever, here's my statement on why I want to be an independent contractor. And they're going to look at it. They're gonna, I can tell you from the way those congressional offices look. So that is your little avatar, your salesman on the shelf, is what you're creating. And we're giving you a format. We're telling you it works out great. We've had 26 different videos up here. Everyone is just priceless. I can't tell you how valuable these are and how persuasive. So this is an invitation to be your best and do your best. And it's just as easy as taking pictures of some kid running down your street, maybe your kid, you know, that sort of thing. And
again, I do need to say this at this point, because I know some people have actually asked me this, and I know that they're much more comfortable not making a video. Videos are the preferred method because we've seen the power that they have. However, don't even think for a second your audio wouldn't be as close, if not as powerful. It depends on what you say also, you know. But I mean, the audio will work. Obviously video is better, because if again, 30 seconds is very short, but if we can get people to watch it, it's a lot harder when somebody's watching you. It hits you a lot harder. But if you need to do it audio, you can just upload the audio to the same link, same thing. You just click it, and that's it, guys. It's that easy. And Mike and I will get them up. Again, they're all going to be posted here, and on every one is a link that person then can share when they're out, and then they can, in that link is a link to upload, so they can be sharing theirs to show somebody, yeah, this is what I did. And all of you delivery people, especially, I mean, rideshare is a little different and whatnot, but all of you delivery people, I know every one of you stands every day that you work in a group of other delivery people at any given location and are waiting for food orders to come in. There's no reason you can't approach those people. They're doing the same thing as us.
That's an inspired suggestion, Steve. I think it's just terrific. That's there. You have essentially a captive friendly audience, and you're friendly to them. They're friendly to you. And here's a chance to say, hey, you can make all of us, you know, give all of us a little easier time with this, this opposition, if you'll just make a video, because it'll help encourage others to make videos, and that snowballs. And pretty soon you want your congressmen and their candidates, remember it's an election year for some people, all of the house, you want them thinking, gosh, I wonder if this guy's an independent contractor. I better lean in that direction. That's what makes it go.
And so on that, that's what I'll say to you. I said this yesterday on one of the two that I did, but remember, it's the loudest voice or the only voice sometimes that these people hear that they act on. So if they're getting a bunch of people saying, listen, like I'm going to use Prop 22 here for a quick second because I don't live in California, but look, everybody wanted it. They got it on the ballot. 58% of California voted for it. I mean, that's the hardest state to get to vote for corporations like Uber and all this too. They voted for it. Now they want it overturned. Even the people who were initially pushed for it. So again, it's just pushing towards being W2 is what they're doing. And really, like, they're the only voices being heard out there. So we need these videos go a long way because you got to remember there are people fighting for us who are like, well, give me some ammo here. Give me something. And the videos go a lot farther, I think, than the emails or the, collective bargaining groups that have said they're the push behind these or whatnot. So I think that, to be honest, I think a lot of politicians understand where those groups are and they kind of are like, okay, what they need is people being independent, making a video about it.
Yes.
This is why I like to be this way.
Agreed.
And it goes a long way. Like, we had such a good onslaught in the beginning. It's been a little bit of a pause. So now, like, what is the end of the month? Friday. So let's get 15 videos in by Friday. Let's get 5 in today. I don't care who does it. Just let's get 5 in today and let's get 10 more this week. Let's get that train rolling again. And if you already made one, reach out to somebody else that does gig work. Or hit up somebody at a restaurant when you're waiting for food. Do something to help us push this a little more, because if you already made one, it means you care.
Yeah.
So with that said, I don't know, Mike, what do you got for final words on Memorial Day before we hit our drop dead point here?
5 more words on Memorial Day. This is a day that is very personal for me and for many others. And we've had a bit of good weather here in Massachusetts. And this is that moment when the trees are green, finally, the lawns are green, the flags stand out cleanly. People actually have front porches. They picket fences. They decorate them with bunting. My relatives down the hill live right in front of the street where the parade gathers. And it is a very community grateful, generous, and affectionate group of people, even if most of them are strangers. So it's a good day, and I always enjoy it, and I'm glad it's here.
Yeah. Well, you just reminded me I need to mow the lawn too, because our lawn's very green, which is not always the case here in Colorado, but it's also very long.
I'm gonna say it could be brown.
Yeah, no, normally it is, but we've had a lot of weather here too. So, with that said, you guys, I'll be anybody who's posted a video, you're going to find them all in here. If you haven't, you're going to find them all in here in the comments below. And then in the description is how to upload. And then in the description of every video is we're trying to make it everywhere. So how to upload is very easy. You can go look at either video I made yesterday and it's right there in the description, how to upload your video or audio. So please, let's get this rolling again, because if we can get this, I mean, it's almost June. Like by next week when we do this, it'll be June. And then we only have the summer months left before the election. And I think it's really important to keep these coming in. So to think we're out of the woods or it just is what it is, and we see how these apps are shaking down, it isn't what it is. It will be the effort that we collectively put in to determine what it is. Now, of course, the corporations have a say, and they don't want us to be W-2s as much as we don't, but they're fighting it in a different way. I'm trying to say, like, let us fight it, because we want the freedom and flexibility to be able to do what we want and work how we want.
You will miss it like crazy if you lose it. I guarantee it. And you won't get it back.
No, and I honestly believe that. I believe if we lose it, we won't get it back. because I mean, we're like the only country in the, I mean, yes, you can go be an independent contractor in other countries, but it is very difficult. It is very difficult. It's not as easy as here. And this country was built on the fact you could come here and, I mean, Kim Cavan has said it many times on here. She said, listen, from day one of this country, you have the right to come out and hang a shingle. That is your right. Don't let them take it away from us. This is our day. Our families have fought for this. Even if your family didn't, people you know have, I guarantee it. And I don't know. It's time that we just end this once and for all and allow ourselves to be self-employed and choose the way that we do our business legally. That's just how it is. And I think with that said, Mike, next week we'll be back and we'll have a different topic. But for today, you guys go enjoy something. Go have a barbecue. Go mow your lawn like me. And make a video. Feel good about yourself. Or an audio. Whatever you got to do. But a video would be great. So either one. And until next week, guys, we will see you back here. And please have a wonderful week and enjoy today.
Have a great Memorial Day weekend.
Peace, everybody.